Welcome. The way you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So if you go, example, to the gym and then you're just showing up for an act of presence, you're there and texting on your phone, you're not really like pushing yourself, you're not really like maximizing this workout session, and then this become like how you embody your workouts. Don't really expect to lose weight, right? And somehow the way you're gonna go to the gym is this is how you're gonna be working, right, in your career. This is how you're gonna be showing up in your personal life. So that's this mindset here. And then there's tiny little things that we do on a day to day that is confirming that we are disconnected from our abundance. First one that I see sometimes is having a toothpaste that is like empty and then people are squeezing it, like they're just somehow forgetting to buy a new one. But why you don't buy like somehow like one or two more each time you buy, and then like there's an abundance of toothpaste. And then yes, we cannot do this with everything because we don't want to start storing, like boxes of cereals and all kind of like food and things everywhere. But it is a mindset of like, hey, if I'm there with the little thing of like trying to take all the little last of it somehow, it's a subconscious message that I give to my energy. So we need to be aware of those things. If I'm on the road, it's okay. But if I'm living somewhere, then my fridge is always empty somehow. I only go do grocery to fill the fridge for 1 day or 2 days and things like that. Being scared of not wasting food. This kind of like little habit of like just opening the fridge and seeing it, oh, it's empty. I wish I could have this, that. It's like reminders of my not abundant self. So we need to be aware of little things like that. Having socks with holes, having like clothes that they are not really dirty, they're not like uh like homeless, but somehow it's like you can feel they're old. It's And then you've been wearing this for ages. It's time, it's time to renew. And then this should be a lifestyle, an habit of always renewing your wardrobe. We don't want to advertise, the fast fashion, but somehow this is how the world is living now. Eventually, we're gonna have other type of clothing, other type of fabric, assessing the new energy of the planet. But this is how we live now. Like, not supporting the fast fashion because you're going to be saving the planet. This mentality is like one person is not going to be. We need to accept that this is how we're living, and as a collective, we're going to be transitioning very soon as the frequency of Mother Earth is going to be rising. One thing for sure is that you should have this lifestyle of always wearing things that are clean, that are new, that are giving you a feeling of like, I deserve this, like. And everyone knows that you buy a new pair of shoes, how good do you feel in this new pair of shoes, right? So if this little investment of giving you that feeling of like, wow, I feel amazing now with this new pair of shoes and this new shirt, why don't you offer this feeling every day, right? And then instead of wearing socks with a hole that subconsciously is telling a message that you're lacking, you're not in your abundance. Taking care of our things, the same thing. Also taking care of our belongings. If you have things, whatever it is, a backpack, a suitcase, a sport equipment that is broken, what does it tell your energy, your subconscious mind, right? So we need to make sure that we renew our things where we're not left with broken things. Everything is a message. Everything is a manifestation of our energy, right? If we end up losing our keys often or losing things, we don't know where our things. There's also a message. We can start googling, okay, spiritual meaning of losing a key or other things, but it's also a message of like, how is your internal energy, right? Are you in charge? Are you responsible for your life? Are you in order? Are you embodying the king archetype, right? How do I spend my money? Where I invest, right? We saw this in another lesson. Where do I spend my money? I buy product. If I go eat food at fast food, I go eat food with, like low maintenance, cheap food, food that's been changed with chemicals, all those things is don't expect to be abundance if you do those type of little investment on yourself. It's all subconscious belief of like not feeling enough. If you don't buy anything, you're always looking for free things, like free classes on the internet, free course, you watch a bunch of free things on YouTube, things like that. You're not investing in yourself. You're not committing to yourself. You're not creating a container of like, okay, now I'm going to be investing. As I said earlier, like you bought this course, right? You didn't transfer that money to me. You bought this course for yourself. That money is an investment in yourself. And me, as I'm connected to my vortex of energy, my energical bank, I am just receiving my money from God passing by you. That's how we should see it. So don't go for those free things. Don't go for those cheap things. Always go for, hey, I want to invest in myself. I want to pay a bit more than what the price is offered. Same thing for the books, the movies, the video courses. Yes, nowadays everything is accessible for free online, and we're all like having this kind of like lifestyle. I do it, but somehow if I really really like the content that has been created, I'm gonna find my best way to give back either to this person or give back to the collective as a whole, and this collective of creators, right? Of people passing their time creating content, creating courses, programs, books, audiobooks, things like that, right? We need to make sure that if we're taking something that is free on the internet, but the value is there, I really receive from it, make sure to give back somehow. Send a tip, send whatever you feel like. Running around to get a refund for a product that you're not satisfied with, it drains a lot of energy, like just accept that you took a bad decision, you failed as taking an investment here, and it's part of the game. Next time you're going to do a better investment, but don't go lose your energy of like getting a refund there, and so much headache of management and things like that. You're draining your energy. Same thing. Like I have a friend. I was surprised when I saw this. He's like a millionaire, some crypto millionaire. Somehow he saw that his phone bill was like overpriced one month, and then he went to the mall and go complain to the company, hey, blah blah, and then he realized that it was actually uh legit. Like he actually spent that money. He thought it was a mistake, but no matter what, it was like $100. Like why you go complain for $100 when like you're having like millions of dollars in your bank account? So it's as we saw, it's not a matter of how much money you have. It's not about your financial freedom that makes you feel abundant, right? There's people that have millions of dollars and they still live in scarcity. They still have with a limited mindset. So we need to be aware of how we give our energy, right? Where we put our energy, and always analyze, does this act, this behavior is allow me to expand, feel more ease, or this allow me to contract or feel drained, right? Same thing, like all the chores in your house, things like that, like cleaning your house. Like if you pass like 2 3 hours cleaning your house every week, like you're telling your subconscious mind that this 2 3 hours spending, that you could have hired somebody at 10, 15, $20 an hour to do that. That's what you're worth. You're worth $10 an hour of your time of like chores and cleaning and all those things, right? So we need to learn on how to delegate, assessing that, hey, this activity I could pay someone for that price. I'm not worth this price. I'm worth way more, right? my my personal time, I'm gonna use it to really relax, really like serve myself, receive from the universe, either in a meditation or whatever act of consciousness that you want to do. But don't go and spend your energy on physical things that are gonna drain you. So we need to be aware of all those little things, as we said earlier, like little decision of like, hey, are you taking the metro or taking a Uber, right? Going the metro, and it's not about, hey, it's okay cleaning your house sometimes, and sometimes cleaning the house allow you to to clear your mind and things like that. It's more about the lifestyle. Are you really doing it all the time, right? Are you always taking the metro? It's okay to take the metro sometimes, but what is your lifestyle? Are you telling the universe that, hey, actually I deserve a better service, right? I deserve to dedicate. Same thing for your grocery. Are you going to the cheapest supermarket, or the supermarket for rich people that, yes, it's the same product maybe somehow, but it's more expensive because you're paying for the experience. You're paying to be around people that are not complaining about their survival mode and all those things like that, right? Are you spending flights on multiple layover stops, or like you're gonna find like the direct flights? Like, yes, you're gonna save money, but you're gonna be spending like 24 hours traveling. How much energy you're spending there? Like not feeling comfortable, not sleeping well, all that energy that is wasted could have been used in a productive day of work that could have produced thousands of dollars, right? We need to think about that. For a long time, I had personally a mindset of a backpacker. I was traveling like this photo that I found on the internet with this backpack, heavy backpack on my back, and then had a second backpack with my laptop and things in the front, walking like that in the street in Asia and all those things, and going to hostels, sharing like in bunk beds like that with 6 people, 8 people, 12 people sometimes. And yes, it's okay to do it when you're young in your 20s. It's part of the fun. You're meeting, you're creating a social experiment with this. It's an adventure. But eventually you need to decide, hey, like, why am I doing all this? Because I read that this is the way to save when you travel. It's a bit of a limited, poor mindset. I deserve more than this, right? Me, there was a point in my traveling where, like, I was in Japan. I was like, no more. Never again I go into hostel. And that same day that I took that decision, I throw away my $150 Osprey backpack. I gave it away, and then I went buy a suitcase, and then I rent myself Airbnb, and I was like, I was done, right? I didn't make more money. I was not richer. I just took a decision, no more. And then after that, somehow the brain adapt. We are adaptive machine. The human are always adapting to their environment, right? So it's a decision to change your environment, and then somehow you're gonna adapt. So that's why I always suggest, if you want to do a big change in your life, just go abroad, like for 1 month, do a trip, rent like your Airbnb, be in this country that is super expensive and get used to it. You're going to be adapting, and then this is going to change your whole mindset. Or even like living in flat shares, right? Share 5, 6, 7 rooms in the same apartment, and then sharing the fridge with different section for each person. Like, this is an example here of this movie, L'Auberge Espagnole, one of my favorite movie, because I lived that lifestyle for a long time. And again, it's okay in your 20s. It's part of the fun, like you're meeting people from around the world, and then you're doing house parties and all those things. But it can be a very limited mindset. Somehow everyone is living a broke mindset, and then you're being affected by the mindset of everyone. So we need to start shifting those mindset. If we start being in our 30s, we don't want to start raising kids in a flat share, right? Couch surfing is another amazing opportunity for traveling, right? People offering their couch and then for free, so you can start traveling around the world for free and all those things. which can be fun in your 20s. It's part of the adventure. But again, like, are you going to be doing this with a family and then carrying your kids around? No, you're not going to be doing this. So there's a point in your life where you need to take full responsibility and then deciding, like, hey, I'm rich now, right? I am abundant and I'm living like this, right? It's a decision. I'm going to figure it out. When is the last time that you paid for dinner for all your friends, right? Are you always the one waiting for like your richest friend paying? When you're letting other people paying for you, right? Yes, they are like giving you a gift, they're serving you, and then yes, sometimes you need to learn to receive. But if it becomes an habit that everyone is always paying for you, hey, like, don't wonder why you're not abundant. Like, you need to step in. Even if you don't have the money, step in and say, hey, this is my turn to pay. Allowing me to pay, please. I want to pay now. And then you pay, right? This kind of like decision start the momentum towards like, I'm owning this thing. I'm changing my life. How much you're tipping, right? We said this earlier. Sometimes I end up paying and then it's not a angel number. And I put a tip, it's always an angel number, confirming that hey, I should give the best tip ever. Carrying money in your pocket also. We see this in rich people, always carrying a big bag of money in their pocket or being willing to pay more, right? If the service is $200, I'm gonna pay 250. Hey, I feel that you deserve 250. Thinking like that really help. And then carrying a lot of money, as I said, can change your mindset. It's kind of like a reminder of like keeping a stone, abundant stone in our pocket of like each time I empty my pocket, I see the stone. Okay, yes, true, I'm abundant. Keeping a big stack of money, you don't need to spend that cash. It's just like carrying $1,000 in your pocket, not caring if you lose it or not, and then just like reminding yourself that you have $1,000 in your pocket. This can shift your mindset also. So it's little things. And then we all know, like, we feel it when we see somebody, how this person is embodying themselves, what's their posture, how they look like. We feel their abundance, right? And we don't need to dress up like this, being fancy or colorful. It's an energy, right? It's an energy, and we see this in higher beings. Personally, I like to give the example of the Arcturians. The way they walk, it's like their posture is perfect, spines perfectly aligned, neck long, chest open, shoulder backward, and they're walking with this grace and humbleness, right? So work on your posture. How are you walking? Are you walking with your feet like this on the side? Are you walking straight? Are you walking? Film yourself walking. Film yourself doing physical activity and observe all those little uh, micro body movement that are giving you clues on how on your energy, things that you need to shift, right? And embody more and more this confidence within, believe in it, right? It's almost like you need to fake it at the beginning and then you're gonna believe it, right? So identify all those little things that are not abundant, that you're doing it on a day-to-day basis, and start shifting it. It's really all the little things on a day-to-day that are confirming that we are not accepting our abundance. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.